Now is 14th in points allowed, 8th in field goal defense, and that says a lot. Here comes McGrady. Oh, he just sucked the gravity right out of the building. What a play by T-Mac.
How about the passion? Look at the animation on Tracy McGrady. Normally sleepy-eyed, very smooth.
Just like a jumping bean.
Yeah, he averages almost 2 block shots a game. Noah. Oh, Tracy McGrady, and he looks over at Tyrus Thomas and he said, block that.
A little more pressure when you're playing at home.
Oh, McGrady just blew past Robinson and then slashed to the rack. Are you kidding me?
Out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time, yeah. Been imagining you all in my bed, whoa. Hey, cause you been running round in my head, yeah. Hey, I can't get you out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time.
I need everyone to comment on the video right now. Who is the best player in NBA history to never win a championship? I know some people will say Tracy McGrady. Some people might say Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley. The list goes on and on. You guys comment down below and let's see what we come up with. Now, today we have a very rare build. Okay, this is a 99 overall Tracy McGrady build. Now, this is kind of a younger T-Mac, more in like his Orlando Magic days, but we couldn't get the Magic jersey, so we went with the Houston, actually the throwback Houston Rockets uniform. So this is a 6'8" primary shot creator, secondary slasher. All right, pretty rare to see this build at this height. You see the badges, tons and tons of Hall of Fame badges. All those shot creator builds get so many badges, it's crazy. You have badges like drop stepper on goal, deep range Deadeye, catch and shoot, posterizer, all that stuff is on goal. You still get the silver limitless and all that, so tons of badges. Like I said, anytime you create a shot creator in this game, you get a lot of badges. But 6'8", right-handed Tracy McGrady, 99 overall. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into this. Our first game on the twos is against Glass Post Cheese, and I'm running with a subscriber of mine, Cloudy. He has a slashing defender, so we do not have a center to try to counter their double inside center Cheese. One dude's going to post up, the other dude's going to sit on the block and camp in the paint, try to get rebounds, all that type of stuff. So you're going to see us try to deal with this, but once we get the ball, Tracy McGrady does not let you down, bro. He goes crazy. So check this out, man. Tracy McGrady, he's one of the most talented players in NBA history. Kobe Bryant, when asked, who's the toughest guy you ever had to go against? He said, there's a lot of guys, yada, 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 politically correct. There's a lot of guys. But he said the guy who gave him the most trouble in his career was Tracy McGrady because he had all the skills, man. Tracy could shoot. He was athletic. He was actually a very underrated passer. Jeff Van Gundy, his head coach, said his best attribute was his passing ability, and people never really rated him for that. But Kobe was saying he's the hardest guy because he could do everything, and he was 2 to 3 inches taller than Kobe. T-Mac's like 6'8", 6'9". So just on that alone, we can see that T-Mac was extremely, extremely talented, but he never won a championship. And the only reason he even made it out of the first round technically in his career was he joined the Spurs later on, like when he was older, and he was just banged up. He had injuries everywhere. He basically sat on the bench and they went to the NBA finals and ended up losing. But in his prime, he never even made it out of the first round. So how do we categorize him? It's kind of tough to say, where does he rank? I mean, talent wise, he was there. Like, I remember watching him and Kobe go at it in their primes, and there was a lot of nights you're like, damn, is T-Mac better? Now, obviously, as their careers went on, Kobe distanced himself and Kobe's clearly the better player. But there was nights that T-Mac would get the better of him, no doubt about it. And T-Mac, listen, if you never saw him play, you should go look up some highlights. The dude was legit. I mean, he won 2 scoring titles. There was like a 6 or 7 year span in the NBA where he averaged like 25, 26, 28, 32, 26, 25. Like, he was every year 25 plus points per game. In terms of scoring the basketball and individual talent, I mean, there's not many people you'll find better than T-Mac, but obviously what it comes down to is a team sport. You got to have the players around you. A lot of times, a lot of years in Orlando, he did not have the team around him. Definitely when he went to Houston, obviously, he had Yao Ming, who was developing, and eventually Yao was a very good center in the league. But at that point in his career, T-Mac had tons of back spasms he had to deal with. I think almost half the years in Houston, he didn't even play 50 games in the season because he was just so banged up. Back spasms, I remember, were one of the biggest things. He had a couple other issues as well, but injuries really got the best of him. And I mean, you could say technically he underachieves in terms of team success, but if you watched him play, the eye test did not lie. The dude individually was a very, very talented player. And that's why to this day, there's tons of people that Tracy McGrady is their favorite basketball player. I mean, he had iconic moments. He hit game winners. He had that span where he scored 13 points in 33 seconds against the Spurs. I feel like that's what, like, everyone, even if you don't really know much about T-Mac, you know about that sequence where he scored 13 in 33 seconds. Obviously, that was ridiculous against the Spurs to come back and win, and he hit the game-winning 3 on them. But let's step away from T-Mac for a second and talk about this build in NBA 2K19. Obviously, 2K20 is coming out, and you know this game's almost done. But I'm gonna be honest with you. 6'8" slashing shot creator, so primary shot creator. It's unique, and once I got used to it, it was pretty good. But the problem with it is you can only speed boost in takeover. You have like a 76 ball control, I believe, so you can't speed boost before takeover. So I mean, yeah, you can create shots and stuff. You can also post up smaller players, obviously with that gold drop stepper and stuff, but what's nice is at 99 overall, you have silver limitless like right there. So if they play back, like you can just pull from almost anywhere for the most part. I mean, silver limitless in this game is actually really good. Now, getting to the basket and stuff, he's a freaking freak of nature. I mean, you're tall and athletic, so you can dunk on people. Euro steps are great with the Hall of Fame acrobat. But I'm gonna be honest, for the most part, I don't think this is one of the better builds I've played on this year. I would rank a lot of builds ahead of it, but certainly if it's in the right hands and you know what you're doing, you know how to use it, you can be effective with it. I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, there's builds that I've played on that are better. But overall, it's very versatile. You do get some defensive badges like pickpocket, pick dodger, stuff like that. So overall, it's certainly not a bad build, but to me, it's not one of the best that I've played on. Now, at the end of these videos, I've been talking about NBA 2K20 a little bit because I'm not really doing news videos, but there, you know, every once in a while, I'll see something that kind of sparks my interest, and I'll just talk about at the end of these videos as we go into 2K20. You know what I mean? We got like 10 more days until the demo comes out, so that's exciting. But I'm getting more and more, I don't want to say, I guess anxious is the right word, to just find out what this player builder system is. I'm seeing all these videos about leaked archetype system, leaked new MyPlayer builder, all this stuff, but then I still don't know what it is. Like, everyone making all these videos, but yet we still don't know. I'm just really anxious to find out what it is because, listen, one of my favorite things to do on this game, I mean, obviously playing it is fun, but creating unique builds, creating builds that can somewhat replicate NBA players, all that type of stuff is very, very fun to me, and I enjoy doing that. So I can't wait to have a new MyPlayer builder system to be able to do that. Now, add that into, there's tons and tons of new badges. They said there's like 80 badges in the game, so that's going to change everything. They took out some badges like limitless range and put in, I don't know, they call it range extender, kind of sus name, but like they put in all these new ones, took out some of the old ones. Apparently they reworked a bunch of badges as well, and badges are a big part of how a build performs. So I'm just really, really excited, really anxious to see how it's all going to work and see what we can create. I mean, I got some ideas, but it really depends on the system. So we got I think we have like 10 days until the demo comes out, and apparently they said in the demo we'll be able to like make multiple players. We'll be able to I believe actually upgrade the players to a decent overall to actually feel what they'll be like. Another thing they told us is that the gameplay in the demo is not the finished product, which I guess is pretty normal for most games because you know, they're always like reworking stuff. But I was told that there's going to be stuff in the demo that won't be in the actual game. For example, in the post, you can still get the big like elbow push animations in the post in the demo, but it won't be in the actual game. So obviously the demo is going to be our first look at 2K20. Now, like I said, it won't be the exact game that you're going to play on launch, but it should be relatively close. So we'll get to see and feel how the new gameplay is, and also check out that new MyPlayer builder. Now, shout out to everyone who made it this far in the video, man. Comment down below if you made it all the way to the end. I appreciate you sticking around. This was a 99 overall Tracy McGrady video. Definitely one of the most talented players in NBA history. One of the best scorers we've ever seen. Kind of got derailed by injuries, the back spasms and things like that. But you certainly can't deny how great T-Mac was, especially that, you know, 6-7 year run of his prime when, you know, he really wasn't injured. Orlando days, early Houston days, he was He was something vicious, man. He really was, man. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. I appreciate y'all watching. 99 overall, Tracy McGrady slashing shot creator build. Y'all have a good day. Peace.